I mean, that is a lot more than what I was expecting. CEO Ronald Hicklin from Creating the Difference. Today we're going to talk about the brand new Motiv Shadow Take. This ball features the Friction M7 Pearl cover stock with the Duramax additive. The core is the flux core shape that's symmetrical. Now here's where it gets crazy. The RG is 2.57, the differential is 0.015. 15 is super low. The surface on this bowling ball, we weren't quite sure when you get that information from Motiv, but we scanned it and it scanned right at 500 grit. The hardness was 79, the absorption was slow, and it's laid out 60 by 4.5 by 30. Let's talk about that 0.15 differential. That's less than a typical pancake polyester ball, which means this ball does not flare. Because it doesn't flare, it doesn't really matter how strong or how weak you drill the bowling ball. It's not going to create flare lines, not going to hook a whole lot. That's by design. I'm kind of curious to see what this ball's all about. Chris has joined me. It's black, it's purple. What do you think, man?
Black and purple. Hey, it looks all right.
Now I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a big super fan of the urethane balls, especially the harder ones, just because my rev rate's not high enough. But we're gonna get ourselves in the friction portion of the lane. We're gonna see what this bowling ball can do right now. All right, let's get to the left. In the friction.
Oh! Yeah.
Now, we say first shot doesn't count, and this will be a prime example as to why. So let me get the bowling ball back. Let's let you see the flare.
What flare?
Exactly. I got maybe an inch at best. But I'll throw that next shot as close as I can to the first shot and watch the difference in reaction. You should always wipe off your ball. Like, get you a band pad, get you a band pro pad, wipe your ball off every single time. If you don't do that, your reaction will not be consistent, and this will at least allow your reaction to be a whole lot more consistent. Oh, wait a minute, there's one more thing. So check this out. So if we get the 1710 to be neon orange colored, I got this crazy discount we're gonna do for you guys. So 1710, and I got a strike. Hopefully that happens later in the video, if at all, because if not, not early. Early is bad. But anyway, let's go. That first shot hooked a lot.
Yeah. I don't know about this one though.
Definitely a lot less hook. Not as early. And it'll go longer and longer. So urethane, MPC, urethane-like balls, it'll take 3 or 4 shots for them to really develop in what they're gonna do for 2 reasons. One, because they start out with a lot of surface. You typically see urethane balls right around 500 grit to start with. So it takes a little bit of bowling for them to kind of get the oil built into it. But once it's in there, then it'll kind of smooth itself out. So I think now we're at a spot to where we can make an adjustment and we'll get kind of a consistent shape reaction out of that ball. I mentioned that 79 hardness because most bowling balls are not that hard. I have seen bowling balls, remember the spec is at 73, so I've seen bowling balls 74, and I believe some of the MCP balls are a little bit higher than that, and that's part of the reason why they are smoother, more controllable. But at 79, this ball, it definitely is one of the hardest balls that we've thrown that's been made as a recent. Chris.
What up?
What would be your move off of those Brooklyn shots?
Brooklyn is usually like an arrow, so I would move like 3 and 2.
3 and 2.
That's why I'm the expert bowler, bro.
You know, somebody in the comments was like, why he call him the expert bowler? I was like, bruh, he's been on national television and he averages more than 240. Yeah, he's an expert and he's a bowler. And if you go back and look, it was the History Channel?
The History Channel.
It was the History Channel, right? So on the History Channel, they're the ones that called him expert bowler. So that's where it came from. This ball's got some shape to it. This is more than the hammer and the storm ball. The storm ball actually isn't that low of a diff. I mean, relatively speaking, but the hammer ball's pretty low diff too. Chris, this ball's got some shape, bro. This ball's got some shape. Like, I was like, man, this is gonna be not really usable, blah, 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 but I don't know that now.
You getting it to the friction early and it's hooking a lot. But I mean, that's what urethane balls do.
I mean, that is a lot more than what I was expecting. Now, I have been a fan of some of the tank balls in the past. Matter of fact, I've got a couple of blue tanks still in my arsenal now. The purple tank I didn't like so much, but this was kind of interesting. Yeah, bro. This may be more usable because there is shape. It's not all early. It is earlier, but it's not all early. And once it begins to pick up, it does keep going. Watch this, watch this. Chris, I might have another ball added to the bag, bro.
Yeah, you seem to like these Motiv balls.
Well, but go back. If you go back and look at all the balls, no. It's interesting because the last two that we've done have been very either unique or different. They're doing something over there.
They making bowling balls for you. That's what they doing, cause it look good.
Got that in.
Oh.
Still kicked out the corner fence. So that's one of the downsides typically of urethane balls. You get them in, they push too long, they come in a little late. Because they come in a little bit late, you don't get the 7-pin out for me or 10-pin out for a right-handed player. But you got it out.
I was surprised that it got the 7 out.
Yeah, I thought that was flat 7 all day long.
Yeah, I was like 5-7.
No, but I definitely was like, it ain't gonna strike. Chris, you see that shot?
Yeah, plaque, but it struck.
Hey, look, this ball's not bad, bro. I was like, this was gonna be a, ball review and then never see it again. But that is not the case.
I mean, you just never know what you're gonna get nowadays, you know?
You don't. Hook. Yeah, so got it in. So, I mean, it definitely is not a standard regular reactive ball because that one I got in and I'm like, it's gonna have to pick up or make it up, which it will not make up the reaction in the back end. If you do not get it early, you ain't getting it. So it definitely has urethane-like tendencies, but this thing looks like it's usable. This might be a very, very versatile ball for a lot of styles of play, especially those senior players that were kind of in trouble now that they can't use some of the other balls that were out there. That is not the friction. Oh, but it's enough. It's enough to get 10. What do you think? What are you seeing? What are you seeing? Talk to me.
I mean, it don't look too bad, man, for a urethane ball, right? Like, for somebody with your rev rate, it actually ain't that bad. I mean, it's picking up good. It's looked pretty consistent. I feel like you could bowl good with a ball like this.
I could use this.
There you go. There, I knew it was coming. We had to know it was coming. There it is.
That's a bad hit. That is an indicator that your bowling ball is too long and is too weak, not creating enough entry angle. That was a combination of things. A little bit fast on my part, a little getting around it, and a little bit in the oil. So it was able to hook, but not nearly enough to do what we needed it to do. So that's the downside of throwing urethane or urethane-like balls. That's more prone to happen as opposed to it not, so.
I mean, but to be honest, that one was kind of clean off your hand. You threw that like a reactive ball and not really like a urethane ball.
Agreed.
You got a little comfortable, you know?
It doesn't feel like regular reactive. I would say MCP in general, in my opinion, tends to be more like weaker reactive. This doesn't have that feel to it. This doesn't feel like regular urethane either. It feels like there really is some sort of blend here. And I wonder if it's a combination of whatever they're doing with the cover stock and then raising the hardness and then adding the Duramax additive to it that's making it do what it does. This is not, in my opinion, the normal urethane or urethane type ball. Yeah. Now, one of the other things that Motiv said was that this ball will hold the surface longer than some of their other bowling balls. So we're gonna check that out. We said we scanned it right at 500 grit. I've thrown about a game. Let's go see what the surface is now. Okay, so it was 500, and now we are getting right at 1,000. It's moving up. All balls are gonna end up right at 45 or 4,700 grit, which we call stable. It is moving up. So it's interesting because we'll have to do some more testing to see how fast that is relative to other balls. I can tell you reactive balls tend to move quickly as well, but reactive balls typically don't start at 500 grit. So that's kind of a little bit of the difference that could be going on here too. So it is changed, it's moved up 1,000 points already. Let's throw a little bit more though, throw a little more. Yeah, this might be the king of the 78s, bro. It might be. Let's do a surface change on it. We're gonna bring it up a little bit, and then we're going to throw it a few more shots. Okay, so the ball was 500 when we first started, bowled about a game and a half, got it to 1,000 just from using it. Now I have sanded it and got it to 3,000 grit. So now we are looking right at 3,000 grit true cut on this bowling ball. First shot does not count. It's kind of what you would expect. It's longer, right? Yeah, get into more friction, ball's fine. So here's what I'll say. So USB-C makes a rule change. What that really means for us as consumers is the manufacturers have to adapt and have to adjust. I said earlier that manufacturers will do that. Some will do it faster than others. And whoever can do it the fastest, that has the most positive impact, will kind of win, right? This ball definitely is going that right direction. I mean, what you think, Chris?
I mean, it looked pretty good, bro. Like, when you typically throw the urethane, it don't look that good. Usually you miss a little bit and you pay. You've been missing, but you ain't been paying.
No pay. No pay. Now you got more information about the brand new Motiv Shadow Tank. Go to the website, pick up one of these bowling balls. Let us know what your favorite urethane bowling ball is. I'm curious to see what the comments are on this one. We may do some more stuff with this bowling ball and with these urethane balls in general, because I believe there is a transformation coming, and it's starting right now with the Shadow Tank. On behalf of Chris Muldrow, I am CEO Ronald Hicklin. Talk to you soon.